Hi, Collective. I'm Ancient, and I have a message for you all. I don't know who I'm channeling. Some of you have come into union with your person, or they're near, or you're like about to meet the person soon. But I'm channeling this old school romance. Doesn't matter your age, your generation. It's like an old school romance. Okay, because I've been channeling a lot of music from the 50s, 60s. And no, in the 3D, I wasn't here. Some of you are like, what you know about the 50s and the 60s? Um, no, in the 3D, I wasn't born yet. Okay, I wasn't thought of. My parents were. Um, but I was here, right? Spiritually, I was already here. And my name is Ancient for a reason. So I'm like cracking up. But anyways, yeah, it's that old school love. Back in the 50s and the 60s, there were a lot of challenges, especially I'm speaking of the United States, okay? There was a lot of challenges, I'm sure, in other places around the world. We had wars and there was segregation and still going on within the United States. There was racial laws and a lot of inequalities. It was also laws against women and a lot of different movements was taking place in the 50s and the 60s. It was a pivotal time in American society for everyone, every group, right? Um, but what people valued during that time, no matter your race, color, and creed, was family. Family was the foundation of American society. It was the pillar that brought everyone together: family, respect, integrity, God, love, was what everyone, what united everyone. Okay. And so I'm picking up on a collective group of you that are coming into union with someone who has the same values that you have. And the song that I channeled is by the Righteous Brothers, called Unchained Melody. For those of you that are familiar with that song, it's a beautiful song, but there's a line where he says, "Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch. A long, lonely time, and time goes by so slowly." So you have someone that they've been longing to meet you. You've been longing to meet them. As I stated, a lot of you are coming into union. Some of you, your person could be overseas. Whenever I hear this song, I think of someone that works in the military, because it's like, when you deploy, and you're away from your person for a certain amount of time, 6 months to a year, however long you're there, you begin to long for one another. Some people can't speak to their spouses or their partners while they're gone. And if they do, it's sporadically, right? So someone could be in the military or just be at a distance from you. But the fact that I'm channeling these old school oldies energies, as I stated, it has nothing to do with your generation. Some of you long for that family unit. Like, you want to kind of get back to basics. It's like I'm channeling an energy of a collective group of people that want to get back to that, having dinner, sitting down at the table, having breakfast, um having dinner, not just running out and grabbing a Pop Tart and letting your kids run out, but actually getting up a little bit early and making a nice breakfast for them where it's healthy. They have um, their fruits and their proteins and carbohydrates so that they can be healthy and go to school and be balanced. Um, some of you want to start making lunch for your spouse. Like, there's just a change in the wind, as I've stated before, and it relates to people's viewpoint of family. Some of you want to spend more time with your family, your loved ones. Like, you want to do Sunday dinners or You want to see each other on the weekends and plan events with family. Like that's what I'm channeling. Some of you are changing like your routines, but they're positive changes. As I stated, for those of you that are like single parents, maybe again, you don't want your child or your son or your daughter just to get up and go to school. You want them to sit down in the morning, have a healthy breakfast. You pack them a lunch or not, or they come home and there's dinner. You want them to sit down at the table. You don't want them to take their food to their room. Like it's like getting back to basics. It's like the collective consciousness is awakening to what's important. It's like the collective is waking up to what we need to do as a human species to get back into balance. Because as I stated, the world was out of balance. There was a lot of chaos. And just like when chaos and things are out of balance in our own individual lives, there's a collective transformation that takes place, and there's a collective tower moment that takes place. And our world has gone through significant transformations, especially since the pandemic, and also tower moments, but for the sole purpose of growth and evolution to evolve us to a higher state of consciousness, collectively, not just individually. And so because there's this like focus on family and love and respect, getting back to the basics, you know, I was raised in a family where I had to be excused from the table. My parents were born in the 40s. So that's right then and there, that should tell you, but I had to be excused from the table. I wasn't allowed to engage in adult conversations. When the adults would talk, my father would give me a look, and that's all he had to do. And I wasn't even paying attention. I could be watching TV, playing with my dolls or something, but he would give me a look. That means get out of the living room, adults are speaking. It's stuff like that. It's getting back to those sort of like basic rules, because again, we were out of balance collectively. That's why so much chaos was happening, because things were just out of whack in every area in our life. Our governmental bodies, our state level, cities, everything was just out of balance. And so now we're in the season of correction. We're in the season of correction. That's what's happening in all areas of life. So individually, there's things that are going to be corrected. And then within the collective consciousness, we're going to be brought back into balance, because that's how it works. Whenever we kind of veer off too far, the universe be like, wait, hold on. You guys are tipping the scales out of balance. Let's bring it back. Okay. As I've stated, when there's too much chaos, okay, for peace to exist, chaos has to exist. For chaos to exist, peace. For light to exist, darkness. I've already said that before, but they work in tandem. As I stated, I'm a healer of the light. However, I understand and respect the darkness because I understand it. That's a whole different conversation. But both have to exist and work symbiotic and work in tandem. There can't be too much chaos. And someone say, well, how can there be too much peace? Well, that's not going to happen, because as I stated before in a previous message, collectively, we're not there yet, because individually, people still need to work on themselves and heal. And as people make their individual transitions, they grow each other, and then we can grow collectively. It's like a funnel, right? It starts with us individually. But people are so convinced that it's just you on the planet Earth. It's you and us. Everything is interconnected. Okay. That's all I have for you. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.